hello everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another die-cast restoration video. This is another one that I started straight after my not Christmas video but New Year video, wasn't it? And you know, it all went wrong and I had to redo it, so it's taken me ages to do it. You know, I did the Joe 90 and then I did this one and I did another one at the same time, but these two went wrong and this one went wrong and I had to redo it, as you'll see in the video. And I was at the end of my tether with it. So it's now the 3rd of March and I've just finished it this evening after getting back from work. Right, well this one is a bit of a custom restoration because it was a model that I got, I think, in an auction lot, and it had been severely overpainted, and when I took the paint off, as you'll see, somebody had already filed down, a lot of the details had been filed, you know, out of it. It was a bit of a mess. So I thought, well, the best way for this, I'm going to have to alter the shape a little bit and turn it into a bit of a custom car, really. That's all I can say. Well, that's what I've done. I'm not sure everybody will like it, but I thought, you know, the way it had been molested, that was my best option for the restoration. And like you'll see in the video, I do have another one of these to do. I think I've got another one now since doing this that I bought at auction. But yeah, I'd had one from David Yates. He donated to my channel and I wasn't sure what to do with it, whether to restore it, because it wasn't that bad. So I thought, well, that's fine. This one, you know, it's already been molested. I can do a custom video, I don't need to worry. I have got one that's in a good original condition. So this one, it doesn't matter. It's just basically making the best of a bad job. Okay, so I better tell you what it is. And it's, well, I've got the one from David Yates here so I can read the base. So it's a DINKY Toys Ford Sedan. And it's made in England. Meccano Limited, or Meccano, I don't know how you say it, I've always said Meccano. Don't know. I don't know, it depends where you come from, I suppose. And it's number 170, so there's a DINKY number 170. And yeah, we got there in the end. It's not brilliant, but I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out considering what I started with, and I hope you'll like it too. So as I always say, please sit back, relax, enjoy watching the video, see how I got on with this one. Right, okay, then let's take a closer look at this one. Well, she's been very well over painted, or not very well over painted as the case may be. The paint's been slapped on. Green over the red. I thought maybe somebody had taken the base off before, but it doesn't look like it. There was a slight bend down in the roof, and I've stuck the pliers in and turned them a bit to manage to lift it a little bit. So I don't know what it's like under that paint, so we'll have to have a look, but it looks pretty straight. You know, and the base is not in bad condition actually. It's got a couple of little bends in, but nothing much, nothing major, just a little bit around there. So that's pretty straight as well. So the wheels are all there. These tyres are actually not bad, but we'll probably put some new ones on. No, they are soft. So we'll put some new ones on. Now I'm not sure. I've got two of these. I've got one that's in pretty good nick. That's, I think it was David Yates that donated it to me, my channel. I've put a sticker on it so I know, but I'm debating with that one whether to do it or not, because it is in quite good nick, but it's got a lot of scratches on the bottom half, because you know they're two-tone. So I'm not sure what to do with that one, but I had this one in a box that I got from an auction, or from the auction, and I thought, well, yeah, it's been overpainted quite a lot, so we might as well do this one. I might do a custom paint job on it. I'm not sure yet. I don't know whether to try and sort out an interior for it. I'll have to think about that one as well. Obviously, well, I imagine these were made without interiors or glass, because the other one is the same. But I'll have a think about that one as I go along. Okay, so we'll get the drill out and 3 rivets, get that base off. Right, okay, I've got the drill, so let's start off with this one. I didn't think it was going to be quite big enough, but it might actually be. Back ones out. Got a little bit to one side. Oh, that wasn't good. Right, I think that is actually going to go quite easily. Famous last words, yeah. That one's gone. Not that one quite. Nearly. That one's gone. I think this one should go quite easily. And I thought wrong. Not much holding it. Not much holding him. There she goes. So that's it, the front wheels just drop out. So that's alright, I don't need to take those off the axle. Whole lot can go in the caustic. These ones have got to be filed off on the back. So we got 3 nice big rivet posts. Yeah, I'll probably tap those. And yeah, I think I'll tap them. I was never a big fan of screwing the bases on, but since I've started doing it, it is easier. I've got to admit, it is easier. And then you don't get super glue everywhere. Well, a lot of you don't get super glue everywhere anyway, but that is one of my failings, is that I look, you know, through my glasses and I think, well, there's not enough, and I put a bit more and then everywhere. And then when I look through the camera I can see it more clearly, and I think, blimey now, what a... I'm not going to say the word, that green vegetable, I'm not going to say that word. I'm going to try and do a video without it. Although the paint on this car would match it. Okay, so I'm going to file those down a bit. File that top bit down to the, you see where the red sort of ring is around. And, well, to the wider bit of the rivet post. And then I'll drill them down. Okie dokie. And when I drill them down, I don't drill them fast. I just put my drill very slowly, and then I go in, don't way too hard, and then do a bit in each one so they don't heat up too quick. And in the long run I find that is quicker. Right, I'm just going to get rid of some of this, the metal swath, is it you call it, I don't know, filings, whatever. Tip that off the tray before I knock it, and then it goes everywhere. End up on the floor and in my slippers and in my socks and everywhere otherwise. Right, okie dokie. Yeah, I don't need to do anything on that, I just said that. Right, this one, file. Okay, so you can see that's the bigger mushroom. This is the thinner one, narrower one, whatever you call it. There, let me just find my file. There you go. It's getting a bit worn now, this file. I've used it and used it. So it's got a smooth side on it there. So that's the side we want to put down to the hub. You've seen me do it before. Still quite a mushroom on that one all the same. Oh. It's still scratching the hub a little bit, my file. We'll just sand that after. Sand it smooth, that won't hurt. There, that's gone now. I thought there was a bend in the axle, but it seems to be okay. Okay, so tyres, they got paint on, so I'll keep them, but they could be used in an emergency, cleaned up and used, but whilst I've got some new ones in my box, I shall keep using the new ones. Right, okay then, whoops, I knocked the camera. So yeah, where's my little FORDOR? Got one of these from Temu a while ago. There. There, well, that smooths the hub off a little bit. There, it's not bad. Can always turn the hub around if I need to. Righto, I'm going to get these rivet posts drilled out and tapped, and then all this will go in the caustic. Just see if I can straighten this a little bit. And I'm not sure whether that bit's meant to be bowed. I think it might be, and the same with that front bit. Not 100% sure on that. I think it could well be. So I don't want to go straightening anything that's not meant to be straight. Let's just see. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, it is meant to be. It is meant to be bowed down. Okay then. Well, I'll get back to you once it's all been in the caustic and out again and all cleaned up, ready for the primer. Right, okay, we're out the caustic now. I haven't cleaned anything up yet. It's not great, this casting, because somebody has had a go at it before, only the paint was so thick I couldn't see. And I don't know if you can see on the angle of the camera, but this has been filed flat, this sort of wing on this side by the headlight. So they filed that too much. They've sanded here, taking away some of the detail of the door. It's completely gone there in that bit, as you can see, and then they've sanded there as well. I think it looks to me, look, they've filed on the top, so they've ruined the shape a bit of that. I'm going to have to try and reshape it a little bit. We've still got the bits of the tail lights there, because they were just sort of, you know, oblong, is that what you call them? A sort of an oval long shape there, so they're still there. Otherwise, if they'd have been gone, I'd have just put, I've got some very tiny jeweled red lights, I would have put that in, but I'll have to just paint it. The door handles are almost sanded away. In fact, that front one on that door there is almost completely gone. It's hard, you can't even see it. Needs a bit of filing up there. Yeah, you can see down the bottom here, they've filed the flipping bumper completely flat on that side. That's, well, it's horrible really, it's terrible really. And they've sanded the bumper that side, so I don't know if I can put some 5-second fix on that and shape it, or some super glue and baking powder, we'll have to see. They've sanded some of the detail out down there, and the worst bit of all, they've sanded there, right where that front bit should be, so that spoils it a bit as well. But that piece of the front bumper there is completely flat as well. you know, so it's spoilt it. That's sanded down a bit, or filed down a bit. There's still a bit of bumper left, but these are going to have to be built up. The roof is pretty poor. It's got a dent in it there, so that's been messed about with. I'm going to have to try and make a centre pillar on there to sort that out. So that's where we're at the moment. So I'm going to clean it all up, and then I'll have to fill that bit. Okay, I'll catch you when it's all cleaned up, ready for the primer. Right, okay, I've cleaned all that now. I've done a lot of sanding, reshaping, trying to make it look half decent. It's difficult when someone's taken so much of the detail off it. I've drilled out for jeweled headlights in the front, and I decided on the back, you know, it's supposed to be sort of rectangular rear lights. What I've done as best as I can, because the shape's all wrong now, I've drilled out 2 little holes each side, and excuse my stomach's rumbling. Yeah, I've drilled out 2 little holes each side, and I've got some little red jeweled lights, if you can see them in there in the bottom. They're tiny, and I'll put 1 each side on both sides, if you know what I mean. Too wide on both sides. The holes are not quite right. They're not quite level, I suppose, but that's where, hang on, if I show you this one, this is one I had from David Yates some time ago, and I don't know whether to do it or to leave it because it's not in too bad a condition. You tell me what you think I should do with it. But yeah, on here these are the rear lights, and they're rectangular, well, sort of. It's hard to see. So these, you can see the wings are more, or the back bits there, the back corners are much higher. I've had to file them down because, well, not, you know, somebody has filed them too much anyway, so I've had to sort of try and reshape them. They were sort of squared off. So this is what kind of thing I'm up against. That's why I thought I'll put those jeweled headlights in the back. Now I've had to try and remake the boot line because that was all filed away. You can see what the other one is supposed to be like. So I've taken, because they filed these overriders down quite a bit, they look stupid, I've filed them right off. So we've just got a straight bumper across the back. I don't think these models were quite 100% the same. I've filed on the bonnet as well, but you see that little knob on the top of the bonnet is gone off of that. Yeah, I don't think they're 100% the same. The bases were slightly different, so one's obviously older than the other, but I'm not sure which is which. But yeah, so this is sort of going to be, you know, it's like going to be one of those that's customized, where they sort of take the door handles off and you can't see a way of opening things, and so that's what I'm going to do, just to sort of get around it, not to waste the casting. Now I've got this interior. It's an old one. I had some bits and pieces from Steve Hulley. It's very brittle. I've had to glue it. I've made it fit inside there, and I've got a steering wheel that I 3D printed, so I've done it matte black there, but I might paint it again, and then I'm going to do the spokes in Molotov. So that's what I'm doing there. This I'm going to spray, but I'm going to do it, I know it's sort of a yellowy beige already, but I'm probably going to do it like a proper beige, because I think that interior will fit that alright. You know, that colour would look alright in there. There's the base, that's done. Well, there's a slightly difference in the bases. I don't know if you can see that. There's quite a bit. It's not easy to see because I've cleaned that one up and it's shiny now. but they are different. This one's got 170 on it, this one hasn't. You know, totally different. I'm assuming this might be the later one, to be honest, because this looks more rudimentary, is that the right word, than this one. This one's got like strengthening ribs on it, but not a lot of difference. Right, so there's that. Now these wheels, like on this one, the proper dinky wheels, I think are going to not look right on that. Now I'm not a lover of these kind of plastic wheels, but I think on this one, I've got an old set, they're a bit chewed up, but I think on this one it's going to look the part. I think it'll suit it. So I'm going to spray these black, matte black, and then I'm going to redo the silver in the middle with the Molotov. So that's where I'm up to now. I'm going to go out and spray the primer on. This is fine. It was raining the first thing this morning and it's kind of been sunny since. Yeah, I need to, I've forgotten to do a centre bar in there, so I better do that before I go and paint it. I'd completely forgotten I was going to do that. Okay, I'll do that and then I'll go out and spray the primer on, and then I'll get back to you before I put the top coats on. Well, not top coat, but colour coats. Right, okay, we've got the primer on. It's turned out pretty alright. I used filler primer, I had to. I've done the base black. I didn't put a primer on that one, and I've put primer on the interior. The wheels I've painted black, matte black, and I'm going to do the chrome on the centre. That's it then. The other two wheels are there. Yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to put the colour coat on. I'm going to see how it turns out. Okay. Right, okay, I've done some detailing. I've done it with a Molotov. I did it last night. Done a bit on around the windscreens. I've just done those hinges, or I made a bit of a cock up with those, but and around the back lights and around the headlights. I don't want to touch it too much, but what we're going to try and do is put the windows in. Looking at the front, I was going to put some black wash inside the grille, but excuse my voice, I've got another cold again. Yeah, I think I'll leave it because the red didn't cover the gold, because I did gold. I didn't tell you that, did I? I did gold first. I did this gold first, the whole set to spray gold, and then I sprayed lightly over the top with this auto spray paint again, but this red, this metallic red, but a quite thin coat, so you could still sort of see the gold shining through. I guess it would be better with airbrush paints, I suppose, but it kind of, all according to how the light catches it, you can see the gold in it. So that was what I was trying to get, the effect I was trying to get, but I'm not sure whether it looks alright or not. But yeah, so I want to put windows in, and I've cut some bits of stuff out, food packaging, if I can get them out of here. The only trouble with that is that there's going to be marks on them. There'll always be marks on this stuff. It's always got a certain amount of scratches, so, but I've got to put them in because I've, like I said, I've got that interior to put in, so I do have to put them in. Can't be any worse than the window unit. that I had on the my last restoration. Was it Joe's car? Right, I'm assuming this is my windscreen, which is not very straight. So what I want to do is just put it in, if I can, just position it. I think this is my windscreen. Oh, it's getting all stuck now. I'm going to just try and roughly position it and then put some 5-second fix just to hold it. And I'm not doing very well. I might have to do it off camera again. Now it's sticking out the side window. Oh, that's it. I think I've got it in place there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little blob of 5-second fix. Maybe I've got to be careful it doesn't slide when I do it, because it is only just. But I want it to be, you know, tight. I might have to do off camera. So I'm going to I've moved it again now, flipping heck. Yeah, I don't want to use super glue because it'll, well, you know what it does to them, it clouds them. I think I need my tweezers. I've just knocked the damn thing again. That's going to be another one of those. I'll do it off camera because I'm not doing very well here. Because I've got the camera right in front of where I need to be looking. But anyway, that's what I want to do. So I've got my other bits here. I've got the lots of side windows and my back window. Right, okay, I've done that, but well, it didn't go that well because some of the 5-second fix went through even though I put the light on straight away. Oh, I've got a bloody mark on there now. But yeah, it's gone through a bit, but when it's the right way up I don't think you'll see it. So what I want to do now is to put this in the interior, so I'll do the same again with that. Should be alright like that. The only trouble is my 5-second fix may have, you know, made it so I can't get it quite home now. But I'll do the same with that. Hang on, let's move this way a bit. So if I push down on that for the back bit, I'm squeezing but not much is coming out. Okay, put my light on ready. See, ultraviolet light makes the glue go off. So that's what I've got to do. I've got to go around basically and stick it down like there and hope it holds. Come on. Come on, baby. You can do it. Put a bit more on it. Okay. Looks like I squished that bit a bit now, but you can't see it. Right. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around those little bits and just put some of this 5-second fix all the way around to hold it in place. Well, there you go. After all that work, detailing and all that, all out the window. I made quite a big chip when I was putting the windows in, and you know, I tried to touch it up. This paint is very unforgiving and it just would not touch up. It was dreadful. So I had to put all the dual headlights in and everything, so the whole lots had to come out. So this is just nail varnish remover. What I use when it's fresh paint, because that comes off easier. You don't want to put it back in the caustic, because 9 times out of 10 the caustic doesn't like to do much to the new paint, believe it or not. Trouble is, I've used that 5-second fix on those windows that I was putting in, and I don't think it, I might be able to chip that off after, actually, the 5-second fix with a screwdriver, because nail varnish remover doesn't do much to it. Right, well, we're nearly there. What I'll do, I'll just change the nail varnish remover, put some fresh one. That's the biggest off now, so it's a shame. Now you can see where it's not getting the paint off. I built these bumper ends up with 5-second fix, so that sort of stayed there. You can see each corner, it doesn't get the paint off, so the paint must have sort of stuck into that 5-second fix. So that's a good thing. I don't want the well, it doesn't matter, you know, I don't want that coming off. Plus the middle bar I put in for the windscreen, don't want that coming off. Would you put that back in caustic, all that would come off. Probably not the paint, but just all that bit that you super glued in. Okay, we'll have another go. Well, I've been about 3 weeks on and off doing this one, and I was almost there. So I was very disappointed, and of course, you know, placid person like I am, I said, oh dear, look what's happened. Yeah, right. Okay, we're going to go back and I'll change this, put some fresh nail varnish remover in, and then clean it all up properly, and then we'll have another go at painting it. I'm not going to go for that gold and that red this time. I'll do something different. Plus I might use some what do they call it, etching primer on that instead this time. Put some etching primer and then maybe some filler primer over the top of that. That might stick better. Now, because I thought, well, if I mask off with the chippers, mask off on the line of the doors, it might, you know, I might be able to spray it. And it came out darker when I tried that, and then when I got the tape off, it just pulled all the paint off, it just peeled off, so it hasn't stuck very well to this casting at all. Okay, so we'll catch you when I'm going to paint it all, you know, do the primer, all the rest of it, and then we'll come back to it when it's all painted, otherwise the video will be too long. Right, okay, here's where I'm up to, second time round with this one. Now I've done the detailing on the front again. Put the jeweled headlights in. I've made some number plates. Now what I've done with that is clear decal paper. These are Jersey number plates. So it's like I say, clear decal paper, and I've got a roll of the silver sticky back paper, thick paper, which I've used as a background, so that the numbers actually show through in silver, which looks quite nice. Well, I might not have quite got that 100% straight on there. I've done a detailing. I did all the side ones. I took the bull by the horns and I thought I'll do it with a molotov. I was a bit shaky, to be honest. We'd been, like I say, banging the shovels, cutting back the footpath, gravel footpaths, and part of our job I don't really like anymore. It gets harder every year as I get older. But anyway, yeah, so I've done those, I've done the lines in there instead of scraping because that didn't work out the first time. I've done the chrome around the windscreen as well. I didn't bother about the back window or the side windows. So on the back I've put those jeweled rear lights in, and again the number plate I've done on the silver background, clear decal, water slide transfer paper on there, which has come out quite nice. Yeah, and I've done all the bumpers, as you can see. I was thinking about putting a black wash inside the grille, but I don't think I'll bother because it looks alright like it is. I've put those windows back in. They're not great because they're a bit, not scuffed, but they never come out like a proper window unit. You know, it's just that food packaging, the cellophane stuff, the hard stuff. So I've put that in. I think the back window I made out of that because it had a curve in it, and I used the 5-second fix to put it in. The interior, I put the seats red. They're alright, they're not great, but when they're in the car you don't really see them that much. So yeah, we're ready really to put it back together now. So we'll start doing that. I must try not to touch the molotov. I mean, it's been, what's it been, quite a few days now, 3 or 4 days since I did that detailing. Yeah, so I mustn't touch it, but basically this is, trying to make the best of a bad job, as you saw at towards the beginning of the video. Once I'd taken the paint off, there was a lot of filing, or a lot of filing had been done previously before it was painted again with a yard brush, and no, they've taken quite a lot of the detailing off, so it's not quite the right shape on the back, but it's presentable like this. I thought, do a custom job, we'll get away with it. It'll save the model anyway. Okay, so I've got my screws. Well, we'll drop the base in first, so that's probably going to have to be glued in. Well, it definitely will have to be glued in. I'll put that there on the on the kitchen paper, because I don't want to be scratching the paintwork with my ring or my fingernails. Doesn't take much with this paint. Right, so we'll try and get some 5-second fix out of this, and there you go, it's coming already. Okay, I couldn't remember where I'd quite done it last time. So we'll stick the back in first. Hopefully that should hold it. Got my torch here. I don't want to handle the actual model too much, because I really don't want to have to do it a third time. I'm getting a bit fed up with this one now. I've had enough. It's just one of those that just hasn't really worked out. everything's gone wrong with it. I don't know why I was shining that up there. I was having a cabbage moment. Right, let's get this down here. Put a bit there. And a bit there. I don't think there's much glue left in this applicator anymore. It's getting towards the end. I have got 2 more, so doesn't always stick. It's not always great the way it sticks. Hang on, I use this paintbrush handle to hold that down. Oop a daisy. Go on, there you go. Oh, it's not even on. Ah! Another cabbage moment. There's 2 cabbage moments. Okay, that's come off at the back, you see. It doesn't stick well onto new paint. So we're going to have to put a bit more on there. On the back part of this. Down there. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, that's that bit. Going to handle it again. We should put a bit down this side. There you go. Come on, keep coming. That bit. I've still got some on from before. There you go. Put that there, get the old light on it. Look at all it shines up on the old, I don't know what that is on there, but anyway, it shows up in the ultraviolet light. I remember the first discotheque over here in Jersey when I was a teenager. Used to go to, had these strobe lights, and your laces and different things on your clothing used to be picked out. We thought it was quite a novelty. Used to go and stand under those lights and see what sort of, you know, was highlighted like this here. We thought it was quite cool in those days. There you go. We led sheltered lives. When Jersey was still nice. I mean, it's still nice now, but really when it was really still nice. Still a tourist destination, and you know, now it's pretty naff. It's all finance and rich immigrants, I'm sorry to say, but that's the way things are gone. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying that, but I better not say any more because I'll be in trouble. Okay, so we've got that done. So, you know, as you can see it, but not brilliantly well through the windows. Right, okay, so we need the base. Well, we need these front wheels. I'm debating whether to pick out the centres of the wheels, like the hubs, do them with the red, like I've done the front badge of that car. Trouble is, I've done I did them in Molotov, and the paint has sort of dried quite well, and now the wheels don't roll very well. So I hope the axle turns better on the actual model. Okay, so we're going to flip him over again. So that one goes in there. I'll pull him right to the end. That goes in there. This one's got the thicker axle. Right, so we need to put it this way. And Where's my screws? Oh, there's all the lights I can find. Jeweled lights. Okay, and there's an old windscreen I had before, an old tyre. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, get in there. Get in there. Okay, here we go. Here's my screwdriver. Let's get to work. Let's get it done. Whoop-a-day. I've just dropped all my paper on the floor. Now, I don't remember now since the time. Are these all the same length, or don't know if one's been cut down or what. No, we'll get one in. We'll get one in to start. Hang on, I've got to take these glasses off. I've got these magnifying glass things on. I can't see what I'm doing. And let's get this. I'm not going to put it tight till all three are in. Right, okay, that one's gone in. I better put one in the front next. Whoa, 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 stay there. Come on. I'm doing this with my left hand, but I'm right-handed, so. Whoop-a-daisy. Okay, that's nearly done. One more. Yeah, the base wasn't properly located. It's just pinged down. Right, that's it. That one's tight now. Spin it round. That's her. That's that one home. That's it. I don't think it does roll. It's not brilliant, but it does roll. I'm not too worried because it's more so for the display cabinet than anything else. Right, well that's it. We got there in the end. That was an epic journey. Yeah, so we managed to get the windows in eventually, and an interior. Change of wheels. I did the thread on the hubs. And yeah, well, that's that then. Another one saved from the Dinky scrapyard. And it very nearly was a scrapyard for this one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. What I'm going to do is the same as usual. I'll do my outdoor shots, and then we'll put it on the turntable to compare before and after. And then what I'm going to do, I had an old app on my phone, well, an app on my phone. I've had it a few years now on there. It's quite an old app, but it's like well, it's AI, and they must have updated it, and I hadn't been on it for a long time, and then I clicked on it for something, and I thought, oh, this is all new. So I've gone through it, and it's quite good for these models. So what I've done, after the turntable shots, so you don't mix them up with the other photos, not that you're likely to, but what I've done is altered some of these photos with the AI map, and you'll see them at the end. You can't mistake them. That's why I put them after the turntable shots, because it does, you know, in some of the cases it makes the car look a lot better, or the model look a bit better than what it actually is. But anyway, it hasn't turned out bad considering what we started with. And as I say, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, then please, well, like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, come back again next time for another die-cast restoration video. Or it might be a purchaser's one, I'm not sure. Yeah, going back to these AI shots, you will have already seen them because I did them at the end on the Mercedes, my Martin Dare tribute model. I guess, well, I'm sure a lot of you guessed it anyway, what the end shots were. But I actually finished this video before that one. So anyway, yeah. So please join me again next time for another die-cast restoration, probably. So until then, please take care, look after yourselves, and we'll see you in the next video, whatever it is. Cheerio for now. Bye bye. Apato.